Hello, everyone. How is everyone doing on this fine day, fine evening, early morning, late night, midday, wherever you are? Thank you so much for being here again, you guys. I am so glad you all could join me. I'm so grateful you all could spend a few moments of your time with me tonight or this morning. I know you guys, some of you all are up early. Look, 6:30 in the morning in Sicily for Evelyn. We've got a Kate A for 5:30 in the morning in the UK. We've got 9:30 in the PM in California. I absolutely love how time zones work, and I've always been so fascinated, even when I was young, when I would like cross an area with a time zone and I'd be like 10:30, 9:30, 10:30. I know, still so childish at times. Hello, everyone. Say hi to our super mods that are in the house. Hi, friends. How is everyone doing? I'm so glad you guys can be here. So glad you all are here. I've got a couple things that I wanted to get off my chest here, and I thought we could all have a little discussion. I've been enjoying doing these little lives in the evening, and it's been a fun time having you guys here. So let's talk about this nonsense. Look at this. 11:44 a.m. in Saigon, Vietnam. That is incredible. I was actually thinking today, I was like, I really haven't had any good Vietnamese, like authentic Vietnamese food in such a long time. VLH, hi. You say, hi, Molly. YouTube has ripped you off. I know you should have hit 100K by now. Love you. Well, love you back and love you all for being here. I know that YouTube plays with subscriber numbers. I always like see that the number drops and then goes up and then drops, but I try not to like focus too much on it. I just like to think that if people are enjoying it, then it'll slowly creep up. I figured that if you obsess over it, then YouTube doesn't really become fun. And when you don't really look at it or pay attention to the stats, then it's more fun. You just come on here, have a chit chat, and then take a look at it at the end of the month. And well, what happens, happens, right? Hey, you guys must be enjoying what I've been chit chatting about. You must be having fun if you're still coming back here and the numbers are slowly creeping up. Honestly, we have an amazing community of individuals here, a great community of like minded individuals who cannot stand the dim witted doofus, and we can all see through his nonsense. That comment you just read disappeared as I was seeing it. Yeah, you know what's crazy? A lot of people's comments disappear in the chats, or even when, like, even my own comments. Sometimes when I leave comments on other people's channels, it'll disappear, or I'll watch it disappear within the live chat. Yeah, YouTube is a little bit sketchy, but YouTube is still the platform that outperforms every other platform. I mean, I back up everything to Rumble, and like I get I get no engagement on Rumble, but everything is there just in case, just in case. But I always just push ahead. I come here, I say hello, I have a good time with you guys. We have a little bit of chit chat. We have fun. VLH, thank you. That's very sweet. And Lady Aviator says, Molly, you're doing great. I watch you, TRR, RHR Jen, Lady C, River, and RNN. Occasionally I watch TRG, but she gets a bit much into conspiracy. TRG is great at deep dives. You got to like really give it to TRG for her deep dives. Like I absolutely commend and bow down to TRG for just how good she is at digging up information. Better than the so-called journalists out there, to be honest. And we get a lot of like most of us get real news, and what we want to hear from YouTube. Whereas I don't turn on the TV unless if I'm putting on something for my little one. Besides that, the TV's never on anymore. The news is not on, like nothing. It's just there. During Christmas time, I usually play like the holiday fireplace in the background, but besides that, I don't really mess with the TV as much anymore. It's mostly YouTube, and I feel like for a lot of people it's like that also. Everyone comes to YouTube for their information. And I feel like we should talk about this latest bit of information because I feel like Harry is getting desperate. He is, yeah, see, everyone loves TRG. TRG is doing very important work. Yes, definitely. I feel like we need to talk about what is going on. And I feel like Harry is getting desperate. I feel like Harry needs some kind of royal clout. So he's stalking his brother. And it is a distraction. Yeah, I agree. It's a distraction from whatever they are trying to do in the background with censoring and trying to get us YouTubers canceled for just telling the truth and just having honest opinions about their nonsense. Oh, trust me, I'm going to make a standalone video, like a really quick, short, like 5-minute video tomorrow, probably, about this whole Meghan Markle comparing herself to a dolphin. Whoever gave her the idea of, hey, Meghan, instead of calling yourself a shark, compare yourself to a dolphin. Whoever told her that was a great idea or a bright idea, great, bright. I tried to put great and bright in the same word, bright. A great idea should get their head examined. I wouldn't even be surprised if it was Meghan who came up with that idea herself because, well, I'll tell you about it in the video tomorrow. What I really wanted to talk about this evening is Harry and him, in my opinion, just being a complete snake in the grass. And I feel like Harry initially was not going to show up to the funeral or to the memorial of Robert Fellows. But then I feel like maybe he got wind that his brother was going to be there. And he just decided at the last minute to show up. Tracy, if you are in a rush, you don't have to really be here. I mean, if you're in a rush, I want to take my time. I'm relaxing. I'm enjoying my conversation here. I'm just saying, if you're in a rush, you can watch this on the replay, but please don't tell me to get on with it. It's like individuals who come onto my page and tell me what I can talk about and what I can't talk about. Oh, post about this, or you can't say that. But anyways, so I feel like Harry showed up to Robert Fellows's funeral at the last minute because maybe he got wind that William was going to be there. Exactly. It's my channel. I'm going to do what I want. Oh, it wasn't directed at me? Okay, then my apologies then. If you are saying that it wasn't directed at me, then I saw it directed at me because when I read the comments, I think that the comments are directed at me. But if you're saying that, then my apologies then, Tracy. Anyways, um so I almost feel like Harry showed up there at the last minute to stalk William. And was Sarah Ferguson at this memorial also? I almost feel like he was told that William was going to be there because he had no intentions and people were surprised to see him there. nobody in the family was expecting him. So maybe I almost feel like he found out William was showing up, he was attending. So, like a cat that needs to piss all over his territory because he wants to make it appear like he has a relationship with the Spencers, with his mom's family. He did that. He went there and basically gate crashed the event. He went there and showed up to make a stance like, oh, I am close to the Spencers. And he tried to invade William's space and make him uncomfortable in a way. But William can't, like, he knows his brother. He knows his brother is desperate, which is why I feel like this whole story that came out also, we've been getting hit with a barrage of Sussex nonsense. I feel like this story about the Duke of Sussex asking his former aides to help plot the return of his US exile in the first stages of rehabilitation is complete nonsense. First of all, Harry is not in exile. Let's get it straight. Harry took a freedom flight. Harry left. Remember, Harry didn't want to be part of the zoo anymore. He said being in the royal family was like being trapped in the zoo. It was like being on the Truman Show. Harry is not in exile. Nobody put Harry in exile except for himself. This is very, very bizarre. A.M. Patrick says, has the overseas wife met Diana's side? She did say in their Netflix nonsense that she reached out to one of Diana's friends after the palace wouldn't help her with her feelings of wanting to end it all. She said that she reached out to one of Diana's friends, but who knows anything about that? A part of me, yeah, Kim, I agree with you. A part of me feels like Diana wouldn't have cared for Meghan, and a part of me, to be honest, I feel like at the end of the day, if anything, if let's say if Meghan Markle made it onto Harry's lap when if Diana was alive this today, then I feel like Meghan would accuse Diana of being a racist also. I feel like Meghan would be so jealous of Diana's popularity that she would go after Diana the most. She would claim that Diana was the biggest racist towards her, probably. I don't think Meghan would get along with Diana. If she couldn't get along with Catherine or the Queen, she definitely wouldn't be able to get along with Diana. Could you imagine? Picture this. Picture this. Picture statuesque, model-esque Diana in one of her gorgeous fitted suits on an engagement with her so-called daughter-in-law Meghan Markle, who looks like SpongeBob SquarePants in a wrinkled outfit and shoes that are too big for her and greasy hair, makeup that is 3 different shades. You got bronzer on the face. I don't think that Meghan and Diana would have been friends like the Sussex Squad make it out to be or something. Could you imagine little 5'3"? Not that there's anything wrong with short women, but 5'3" Meghan Markle with her big feet next to tall, statuesque Diana dressed impeccably. Yeah, it wouldn't. It would definitely. I don't think so. Meghan, no torso Markle. Yeah, I think Amy Nano says, oh, definitely. She would have taken on Princess Diana, her greatest conquest. Yeah, I think if Diana were alive today, if Meghan, number one, if Diana were alive today, I think Harry would have been a completely different individual. Maybe he still would have been a little bit of a shit, but he wouldn't be as damaged as he is today. But I feel like, yeah, I don't think Meghan and Diana would have gotten along together. Lizzie B, thank you, darling. She says, what's with them and the comparison to sea animals? First, it was singing with seals, and now it's being a dolphin, sharks in the water. Oh, I'm going to get all into that tomorrow. I am going to get, I don't know what time that video will be uploaded, but just make sure you've got all your notifications on. But yeah, I'm going to talk about that tomorrow. It's going to be ridiculous because ugh, that's all I can say. I don't know what their deal is with animals. Bunch of freaks. Bunch of freaks, to be honest. Leva Scorpio says, I'm small minus the flipper's feet. Little Black Chuck says he is damaged and would be no matter who snared him. But, you know, he wouldn't be as damaged if Diana didn't pass away the way that she did. And today is the anniversary of Diana's passing. And to be honest, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who feels this way, but I am so tired of hearing about Diana. And because of Harry, he has just desecrated her entire image and legacy and has been milking it so much that I haven't heard so much about Diana and everything about Diana since Meghan ensnared Harry. I can't, like, you hear, so it's constant. It's like, please just let the lady rest in peace already. It's gross. And you know, a subscriber actually reached out to me and put an idea towards me, and they were like, Molly, you know why Harry talked so much about his, or mentioned his Elizabeth Arden cream reminding him of his mother when he applied it on his frostbitten Todger? And I was like, no. Then they sent me some clips. Hold on, let me pull up this article because I totally wasn't expecting on speaking about this, but let me pull this up. Hold on. So it was said that Harry, when he was young, he had, hold on. Where is it? Where is this? Where is this, silly? Oh, it's in my phone. Let me grab it. So it's in my phone because for some odd reason, my computer is being silly and I cannot pull it up right now. But let me pull it up on my phone. My apologies, friends. Let me pull it up here. So Prince Harry, when he was young, he had an undescended testicle. Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone who's coming in. I'm glad you're coming in right at the moment when I say the word undescended testicle. Yes, that's what I just said. So Harry, when he was young, he had an undescended testicle. And basically, Diana had went more into the story about how she used to apply cream to it and like massage it or something like that. And then until he had like a hernia operation when he was 3. Look at this, just coming in and people are hearing undescended testicle. Oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, more like an undescended brain. So here it is. So I'm reading this from an article that I'm reading it off my phone because I couldn't pull it up on my computer. Yeah, that's crazy, right? He talks about Prince William's private parts, but yeah, look at this. I'm going to read this to you. So this was published in May 10th of 1988. So London, Prince Harry III. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Undescended. Undescended. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, this is so strange. Why can't I pull it up on my computer at all? Very strange. Maybe I'll just send the link to myself. Oh, because this is an archived link. Oh, that's what it is. I saved this archived link to my phone. That's why I can't find it anywhere, because it has been completely wiped off the internet. Sorry, guys. Okay. Let me read this out. So Prince Harry, the 3-year-old son of Prince Charles and Princess Diana, was recovering Tuesday from a successful hernia operation, Buckingham Palace said. A palace spokesperson said Diana canceled her engagements to remain at Kensington Palace with Harry, but Prince Charles, who's currently on vacation in Italy, has no plans to return early to London, a spokesperson said. Officials said the operation Monday night on Harry, third in line to the throne, was for a minor hernia and did not involve an emergency. The surgery was carried out at the Great Ormond Street Children's Hospital, and Princess Diana spent the night there to be with Prince Harry. Doctors did not give details to the operation, but a hernia is a protrusion of an organ of the wall of the cavity that normally encloses the organ and is usually the projection of the intestines through the front of the abdominal cavity. So they did not say it there, but how it came out was that Diana had mentioned it. She had spoken about it, and yeah, that's how the details of it came out, that Diana had actually spilled the beans on Prince Harry's undescended testicles. You know, and he had the nerve. Oh, pardon me. I think they're coming after me for speaking about Prince Harry's undescended testes. So all this time, has no balls, literally has no balls. Basically, yeah. Yeah. Well, no, Charles didn't go on vacation. He was already there. He just didn't want to come back early. Because whatever, his 3-year-old son was in the hospital and his mother was there and he could do whatever he wanted. He was in Italy. I mean, yeah, Harry does have a lot of wiener issues. It does make sense now why Harry does actually look like a testicle. I seriously hope this video hasn't gotten demonetized. Because look, remember, we all saw him at the at King Charles's coronation. Look right there. POV would be choking if he heard this. I should send the story to him. He will fall out laughing. Let me grab the other photo. Hold on a second. Let me get back here. Look at this. This is a full-on, straight-on shot of Harry's bald top that looks like his undescended testes, my friends. Look at that. If that is not karma right there. And he has the nerve to talk about Prince William's alarming baldness. You look like an undescended testy. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, apparently, I'm gonna find the article for it, but the individual who shared the story with me and brought it back up to me, and like this was so long ago, of course, like they they were the ones, so shout out to them for telling me about this story. But they said that Diana had gone more into detail about it, how she used to massage cream onto it. So that's the whole reason why the Elizabeth Arden cream reminded Harry of his mother, because she used to do that when he was young, till like the age of 3, until he got his surgery. That is wild. He is a weirdo. Yeah, it was corrected, apparently. It was corrected. I don't know, like, if it's working or anything, but he is creepy. He's got a weird obsession with wieners, and that could be one of the reasons why. It could be one of the reasons why Harry gets along so well with other men and gets grabby, allegedly. I mean, I've shown you guys in that video him constantly grabbing other people's nipples all the time. Now we all know why, and I got a shout out to that individual. I don't want to mention their name, but they know who they are. Now we know why Harry was reminded of his mother when he applied Elizabeth Arden cream to his todger, to his frozen todger, was because his mother used to massage cream onto his undescended testicle when he was young. Yuck. I'm definitely going to clip that and put it as like a little short clip. But guys, that solves the mystery right there. It was the whole It's so funny. Harry had the internet wiped of all this, because right now when I look up like Prince Harry undescended testicle surgery or Prince Harry undescended testicle, nothing comes up. But the archived link that I have, obviously, it's a story from 1988. I'm sure if we dig more into it, we can find more about it. But yeah, think about it. Harry could be low on testosterone. And then think about it. If he did start using illegal substances and started drinking at an early age, like he said, he started drinking, his first time was when he was 11 on the boat in Greece during a summer vacation. His parents were there. The adults left them all on the boat with all the alcohol and stuff, and they just went at it. Yeah, it is pretty warped, right? It is quite warped. I hope you guys are smashing that like button, because yeah, we're talking about Harry's todger. So basically, with Harry ambushing William at the recent memorial, I feel like they're now putting out the stories, right? So now there's this story, and I spoke about it earlier. I was invited on the Sidley Twins channel. If you guys didn't catch that, go check out their channel and go check out the live that I did with them with Nancy earlier. Both testicles. I thought it was just the single one. I'm going to look more into this. I'm going to look more into it, and then maybe I'll make a video about that. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, we'll dig more into about Harry's testes. Yeah. I feel like now the stories are coming out that Harry wants to return back to the royal family, and I don't believe it. I don't believe it at all. I don't believe it one bit. I would not trust Harry ever again. And the reason why I would never trust Harry again is, besides the fact that he allowed a woman like Meghan Markle to just come into his family and slander his entire family and stab them all in the back, I think that William will never trust Harry. Now, Charles may want to reconcile with Harry because he has cancer, and I understand it's his father, and he wants to basically have a clean slate before he leaves this earth, right? That he doesn't want his legacy to be like he died fighting with his grandson, and I mean with his son, and he never saw his phantom hostage grandchildren or anything like that. But with William, I feel like William will never forgive Harry, and I understand that. But also, I got to show you guys this, and a huge shout out to Nancy Sidley from the Sidley twins, because she was the first one who posted this video. And let me grab it here. And this video just shows how, like, you cannot trust Harry ever again. Let me cut off here. And this was during, what was this? I think it was the Queen's, what was it? The Queen's funeral. But Harry, yeah, it was the Queen's funeral. And Harry was walking beside William, and I'll slow it down a bit. I'll let it play once, and then I'll slow it down at the beginning. But you'll see that William sees his brother's hidden mic. And, like, I can just imagine the rage going through William. Like, if it was me, I would have smacked him right there. But you got to control yourself knowing that your brother is mic'd up. Watch the clip here. I mean, from right here, you see William sees from his peripherals that his brother is adjusting. Like, when he looks down, William sees all this right here, right here. Let me slow it down right here, right here. Can you imagine the level of, like, look at this. William is looking right at it. William is looking right at the mic right here. You can literally see the mic poking out from underneath his coat lapel. Look right here, fully visible. And yes, it may look like William is looking forward, but you think William can't see from the corner of his eye? Did Harry adjust it on purpose so William could see? I think personally, myself, I think Harry was out of it that day also. And he thought that maybe he was just wiping off dirt, not realizing that his mic was visible. I feel like Harry didn't realize what he did there. That's what I feel like he did. Could you imagine? This is during the Queen's funeral. And then I'm going to show you guys a couple photos because it all makes sense. It all makes sense. I feel like Harry was like, oh, look, a little bit of dust, maybe a little bit of, white powder that I need to flick off. And then he inadvertently gave himself away. Let me play it again from the back and you guys can see it. It's crazy. Could you imagine being William at that moment and seeing that? I would have gotten, like, so hot under the collar. A complete Fredo move. A complete Fredo move. Yeah, definitely. That's something Fredo would definitely do. How can you trust someone like that? That on a day like your grandmother's funeral, the Queen's funeral, look at that. Completely visible. You're trying to tell me that these individuals standing at the side didn't witness this? Everyone saw it. Everyone saw it. Molly, there's a better video of the microphone when Harry and Meghan leaving the funeral. It's when Eugenie and her husband in the clip ignoring them. Oh, I've seen that one. And it's just so rude. And it makes sense why later on we saw that. Hold on, where are the photos? Oh, did I not send them? We saw that Harry was practically, let me send them to my thing, that Harry was being ignored by everyone. Nobody wanted to speak with him. Nobody wanted to have anything to do with him. And I understand completely. Let me send this photo to myself so I can show it and share it with you guys. This one right here. This photo makes so much more sense after seeing what William saw. Nobody, like, I kind of wondered, like, okay, why? Like, there's got to be a reason. And that's the reason why. William saw you had a microphone. William probably let everyone know. And I don't believe any of this nonsense that Harry wants to be let in. I almost feel like Harry thinks he can pull a Trojan horse on the royal family, claim that he wants to get away from Meghan, claim that he wants to rehabilitate his image, make up a whole bunch of lies, only to be slowly let in. Maybe try and prove himself. Maybe after a year, they slowly let him back in. And then all of a sudden, after a year, he goes, "Oh, I'm back together with Meghan and you need to accept her." I wouldn't put it past them to do something like that. These degenerates from Montecito never ever deserve to be trusted again. Yeah, I feel like Harry and Meghan feel like they can pull a Trojan horse. I believe that they think in their drug-addled mind, because the royal family haven't done anything, haven't like shown them anything for everything that they have done, there's been no consequences for their behavior. I feel like Harry and Meghan feel so empowered that they can pull a Trojan horse on the royal family. He only wants to be around the royal family so that he can get access. And a part of me is like, okay, well, now Harry is going to spin this as, oh, I went there and Willie didn't pay attention to me. He didn't speak to me. He ignored me. He's the bad brother. William has every right to never speak to Harry again. And I see these online media outlets like GB News and some other of these UK talk shows that say that Harry should be welcome back. No, Harry should never be welcome back, ever. Even Andrew ignored Harry, of course. There's a reason. Now this photo makes complete sense to me. It all makes sense now. If I didn't see that video that Nancy Sidley had posted, then it wouldn't have clicked. So shout out to you, Sidley girls, Sidley twins. I love you guys. Thank you, Nancy. But yeah, I would never trust Harry. And it says that Harry has reached out to a former trusted aides. What former trusted aides? Because when Harry and Meghan Mexited and ran off to Canada claiming they needed time alone, they needed time away from the royal family, most of their aides were either let go and some were moved into different positions. So what trusted aides? Harry claimed that the men in gray suits were not to be trusted. So what trusted aides? You have no one. I feel like all of this is just nonsense that Harry just wants to make it seem like he's in the royal fold because nothing is going right for Harry and Meghan. Nothing at all. Nothing has prospered for them. Nothing is going right. Harry and Meghan claimed to be the billionaire rock stars of the royal family when they left. They were going to be bigger than the royal family. And so far, nothing. They did do all the aides wrong. They harassed them. They emotionally and verbally abused them. They've thrown items at them. Harry said that they were slumped over their desks crying. I'm not buying these stories. All these exclusives that Harry and Meghan have been feeding to Us Weekly and the Daily Mail. The Daily Mail. Remember, Harry and Meghan said they were never going to give exclusives to the Daily Mail. They weren't going to deal with any UK media outlets, but here they are dealing with UK media outlets. They're giving exclusives out. I would never trust these two as far as I could throw them. As horrible as an individual that Andrew is for the choices that he has made for hanging around the wrong people and having a bad judgment in friends, acquaintances, relationships, the only thing that I can credit Andrew to is that he has never spoken badly publicly about his own family. Yes, he has moaned and groaned and made an ass out of himself during some public engagements, like during the Christmas Sandringham walk. Yes, he has put his foot in his mouth. But besides that, he hasn't done the things that what Harry has done. Harry has truly shown his true colors. Harry has shown the world that he will allow a nobody, a failed ex-cable TV mattress actress who is best known for selling herself in Soho House and greasy Marcus Anderson. He allowed a nobody to drag him down to become a nobody and to trash his family. I blame him just as much as I blame her. Exactly, Patty. They're both bullies and they're liars. And what comes around goes around. And I keep saying, for the last 7 years, ever since Meghan had Harry put out that stupid note about them going out and her like being harassed by the paparazzi when it never happened, ever since that, they haven't shut up about being victims. And you can't go around putting so much negative nonsense into the universe and being horrible human beings and going around exploiting people, treating people like garbage, being subhuman cretins without expecting the full force of the universe to come and smack you right back in your face. And I feel like, you know what I think, my friends? It almost feels like with Meghan and Harry basically torturing the queen in her final years and final months of her life, I almost feel like this is their karma. Everything failing for them is their karma for what they did to the queen. And the queen's spirit will forever make sure that everything that they touch turn to absolute piles of caca. That's what I think. That's how I feel. It almost feels like the queen's spirit is hanging over top of everything that Harry and Meghan are going to be doing or attempt to do, and is just making sure that whatever they try and turn to gold except turns to big piles of diarrhea. That's how I feel. I feel like this is your karma. This is what you did. Like, you tried to ruin the legacy of a woman who did nothing but serve her country and gave her entire life to service. And you call yourself a feminist. You try and pretend to be a victim. You married into the royal family and you've been whining, bitching, moaning, and complaining like you're a victim for the last 7 years. You've done nothing to enhance anyone else's life, to help anyone else other than yourself. And you go around getting poverty-stricken countries to spend $2 million on security fees alone. not including accommodation, food, travel, whatnot, security alone. And you're still complaining about being victims. Poor Queen Elizabeth, she was sick, but she was the boss. Charles is weak. I've always said that about Queen Elizabeth. I always feel like Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip knew that Prince Charles or King Charles now wouldn't be up to being kingly material. And that's why I feel like the queen, despite her vow of forever serving the people to her dying days, I always felt like the queen could never really like step back and really like take time out for herself and hand the reins over a bit to Charles because, well, look at Charles. Doesn't really have a backbone. Nobody really respects him all that much. And I'm not trying to be mean to him. I'm being honest. Look at the queen. Bye, Joe. Enjoy your breakfast. But just look at the queen. Nobody dared to disrespect her and speak disrespectfully towards her like they openly do with King Charles. People love the queen. They absolutely did. And it feels like it, honestly, to me, I've said this a million times. It feels like the queen was the world's grandmother, just keeping everything together. And it feels like the moment she passed away, everything has gone to hell completely. I'm starting to get all teary eyed. My eyes are tearing up. It feels like it honestly does feel like, yeah, that's what I think. But maybe I could be a complete fool for thinking that also. I could feel like I'm totally I have some rose-colored glasses by looking at the queen like that, in that way, but I feel like the queen was the woman that kept everything together, kept people level-headed, and it's like the moment she passed away, it was like, "Okay, the world can go wild now. The world can just go crazy now," and it feels like everything has just been spiraling out of control ever since the queen passed away. And who knows, maybe one day Prince William might do what the Queen once did. Maybe he can get things back in order, but I don't think King Charles is the person to get things back in order. If he can't control Harry and his raggedy trollop of a wife, then what do you expect him to do? You can't expect him to do anything, to be honest. But yeah, that's just what I think about all of this. I don't believe that Harry really wants to come back to the UK. I think he just wants to come back just to get dirt on the royal family and to exploit them. I don't believe that he wants to come back to royal duties. He wants to do what him and Meghan want to do. He wants to be a celebrity, but he's running out of money. And maybe he had to come back if it has something to do with him turning 40 and his inheritance, and maybe he had to sign documents, who knows? Exactly, he just wants money. I think William might be a great king. Thank you, brilliant point, Molly. I hope you guys agree. Like, I just like to try and think like this is what my common sense says, and this is what I feel like. I feel like things were just more in order when the queen was around and she was still, in good health. The last few years, I feel like the last few years with Meghan coming into the family and just Doria coming around, it's like a black cloud just came into the royal family and just a cancer came over the royal family, basically. And they slowly got to get this cancer out. They got to slowly cut ties and get rid of it. I keep saying Charles just needs to cut the cord with Harry and just deal with them and just say, you know what, son, you want to be a private citizen. You're moaning about being a private citizen. When you are here, go be a private citizen. Go be Harry I don't know, Mountbatten Windsor or Harry Sussex, whatever. Harry Mountbatten Windsor. But he needs to stop whining. He needs to stop talking about coming back because he's not going to come back. As long as he is still allowing, or Meghan is still taking cheap shots at the royal family, there will never be any, what is the word I'm looking for? Any get together. They'll never be making up any time again. But anyways, guys, I'm going to end this live here because, well, I got to run on to mommy duties. My little one just got up. Yes, reconciliation was the word I was looking for. I love how you guys can read my mind. Reconciliation, reproach, everything. Thank you, you guys. Thank you. It's getting late. I'm getting tired here. I don't trust Harry. I think he's a complete snake in the grass, to be honest. And I just wanted to come on here and just mention that. I will never, ever trust Harry, and I hope that nobody in the royal family trusts Harry ever. There's no reconciliation. But anyways, my little one woke up and I got to go put him back in bed here, guys. Mommy duty calls. Unlike Harry and Meghan, I don't have any nannies and my child is real. Anyways, my friends, thank you so much for being here. Thank you, mods. Thank you, Christine. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you, everyone. Oh, thank you to everyone who sent a super sticker and another super sticker from Roxanne and Joe. And thank you again. Make sure you hit the like button on your way out, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Have a good night, my friends. Take care. Bye.